You ready?
Just you, solo.
Me.
And a rebounder.
Me. And a
Pick up
rebounder.
this guy on the street.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how I looked at it. Like, you hire me, you get me.
Wow.
And I'm,
great.
you know, and you text me at 1 a.m., I'll text you back at 1 a.m., you know. And
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about why you think, I mean, you're you know, so that's the answer in itself. But why do you think you've been able to curate and nurture these? Because, you know, it's not an easy feat at all to
No.
manage,
that's why I wrote the book.
you know, egos. Not even saying ego in a negative way, meaning they're like egotistical towards you. I'm saying
No, I get it.
the ego of
Yeah.
working with high level,
Like what,
the best players in the world. Why do you think they care so much about what you think?
Well, it's funny. It's more about, it's funny. I talk about this in my corporate speaking so much. It's like, it's a valid question I get asked at least once a day.
Yeah.
Why does Steph Curry and Kevin Durant trust your ass?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. It's a valid question. I didn't play in college. I'm from Rhode Island. Who the hell am I? And I play professional. And I tell them, it's nothing to do with training. I think I'm good at what I do in training. Maybe. I don't know. You can ask them. But it's more about, I treat them like grown men. I hold them accountable. I don't give a shit who they are. I don't. You good at basketball.
Did you get these vibes from your dad, the Army guy?
I think
the
so.
accountability?
Yeah, I think so. It was just
I
like,
hold him fucking accountable.
yeah, it's just like I do. And you know, some guys have showed up late in the past, like 9:02 instead of 9. I'm like,
How often do you deal with like, hey, shut the fuck up? Do you deal with that? Like, they're just like,
no, not
and
really.
how do you?
The funniest thing about that question is, the guys that have never questioned me are the best players in the world. The guys that are still in the NBA or not in the NBA and never have questioned me a ton. Why are we doing this drill? Or, yo, man, don't call me out. I was doing something. I was, at lunch late. Like, but it's funny. Durant, Curry, this, have they been late? Yeah. But if they are late, my bad. I'll text me before.
Right. There's a mutual respect.
It's amazing. I'll do this drill. Maybe I'll do a weird drill. No, like, why are we doing this? They just do it. It's mind blowing. I'm talking 100% of the best players that I've trained are that way.
There's something to be said though on a bigger scale. The most successful, the highest performers in life at any, there's like, if you're in your head doing something and there's 1% of reasoning or doubting or just like 1% of like not the full investment in the activity, it could be training, it could be learning, it could be anything though. You know what I mean? Like the real excellers, they're fucking all in, bro.
All in.
They're all in, and why would they question you?
Yeah.
You're there. You know what I mean?
If you don't trust me, move on.
Exactly.
You know,
it's a mindset thing like that. But because I brought up Think and Grow Rich for a reason, because I wanted to ask, like, so the author of that book, Napoleon Hill, was tasked by Andrew Carnegie, who was like one of the richest guys in the world. He said, I'm going to give you access to my entire network, all the most rich people in the world at this time. Study them for 20 years.
Yeah.
Tell me, create a formula for success. Why?
Yeah.
How do they think? How do they handle things? What's their story? All this shit. How do they run their businesses? And then you create a hypothesis that's like, which is what the book is like, here's why. Here's all all these guys had all these similarities about how they act, how they move, how they think.
Yeah. And
you, like in a roundabout way, you're kind of in that same, you're privy to these relationships of these premier athletes. You're seeing them at actually working on that game and why they're the best of the best.
Yeah.
You're so privy to that, you know what I mean? So it's like, you're kind of, you could write a thesis really on what the fuck is it?
What
the fuck is it? Why are these guys, because all these guys, everyone in the NBA's, they were the fucking best in their towns. They were the best of the best, always, always, always. And you're like, this guy could be, but like, then when you get to that tier, the guys that transcend it, a lot of the guys.
I've always said this: to be great at anything, athlete or anything in life, you gotta be a little fucked up.
Yeah.
You gotta be in a positive
obsession.
way. Yeah, obsession, 24/7. Maybe lack a little sleep about it, whatever it is, and you have to change your life. I always tell guys when they enter the league, it's not about being an NBA player. It's CEO. Now you're this player. Okay, you're Kevin Love, let's say. When you enter the league, you're CEO, Kevin Love. So whatever you do and hire people around you, what you do off the court, on the court, is based around your company, right? So you have to be a pro. I always tell guys on the court, but even more off the court. Who's around you? Who are you talking to? You know, living life. Who's you? Who? What are you eating? How are you sleeping? Who you dating? Who you whatever it is. It becomes a whole lifestyle that if you don't, if you look at the best players ever, they've lived a life off the court that they figured it out. And other guys, unfortunately, maybe haven't figured it out. That could have been really great. But you have to be, I think, a little, like you said, obsessive. And I think you're that way, and I know I'm that way, with being great. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But like you just keep moving on.
You ready?